Hello guys, I hope all of you will be fine. So this is question 1.3 of our book, which is Introduction to Statistics and Data Analysis. Okay. So let me read this statement here. So a certain polymer is used for evacuation systems for aircraft. It is important that the polymer be resistant to the aging process which occurs with the passage of time. Okay. So 20 specimens of the polymer were used in an experiment to test the aging and tensile strength. 10 were assigned randomly to be exposed on an accelerated batch aging process that involved exposure to high temperature for 10 days. Measurements of tensile strength of the specimens were made and the following data were recorded on tensile strength in PSI. Okay, so this data is for non-aging and aging as well. These are the 10 specimens for the aging and non-aging tensile strength of the polymer. Okay, so what is part A? Today we will concentrate over a dot plot of the data. So here we have this data for the aging and non-aging, and let me solve it for part A. Okay, so in part A, what do we have to do? We have to do a dot plot of the data. What we can do for a dot plot, we can plot it over a single plot for the aging and non-aging data, and also use the separate plots for them as well. So let me use a same plot for them. So in using a same plot for them, let me have here this line, and let me start it here from 200. Let me take this data from 200 up to 230. Yes, so this is the range of our data, and let me have here at the middle of it I have 215. Okay, here I will have 208. Let me have 208, and here I will have 222. Okay, this is the data. Let me use other that's here as well. So this is 204, this is 208, and let me have here 211. Let me have 211 here, 218 here. So let me have 218 here, and also here we will have 206. So these are different data ranges here. So for plotting them, let me use different colors for them. So for aging, I am going to use this color. Sorry, for the non-aging, I'm going to use the red color, and for the aging, I'm going to use this one. This is cross and this is dot. For them, I'm going to try them here. So the first data I'm going to plot here is for the non-aging, and the first point here I have is 227, and that 227, sorry, this is 226. Yes, this is 220. Okay, so the first data I have is 227, and let me have it. Okay, so this is 227. The second one is 222. This is here. The third one 218. This is here. Okay, fourth one 217. Let me have it here. And then 225. So 225 is somehow here. Okay, the other one is 218 again. So let me draw it here. The next one is 216. So 216 almost lie here. Okay. Then 229. So 229 lies here. Okay. Then 228. 228 lies here, and the last one here is 221. Okay, which lies. So this is the data for what this is for the non-aging tensile strength, and we can see here that all the data is mostly related to the higher aging in years, because we can see that all the data has the highest strength, which can be seen here the through the skewness of our data, which is mostly skewed toward this maximum range. Okay, so after it, let me draw it for the aging data, and for it I have selected this purple color. So the first data point is 219, and 219 is somehow here. Okay, the other one is 214, it is here. 215, okay, it is here. 211 here. 209 here. 218, okay, so it is here. 203, so 203 is here. Okay. 204 here. 201 here, and the last one is 205 here. Okay, so here we can see that more of the aging data basically lies here. Okay, so let me use this color, that we can see that most of our aging data basically skewed toward this end. Okay, so this is for the aging concentrated data. All the aging is concentrated over here, while we can see that for the non-aging data, which is represented by this blue color, that is mostly concentrated over this area. Okay, so we can see that this is the concentrated non-aging. So most of the data here skewed toward this one, and from this plot we can very clearly see that the tensile strength increases with the non-aging. Okay, so as the data is newer one, or as the polymer has the newer specimen, their strength is higher. As the polymer has less age, its strength is higher, while the polymer samples which has the higher aging has the lower strength. Okay, so that is shown by this dot plot. Okay, so I hope you have understood the underlying concept of the dot plotting, and I hope it will be useful for your data analysis statistical knowledge. So what is part B here? Part B is asking us that from your plot, does it appear as if the aging process has had an effect on the tensile strength of this polymer? Explain. Okay, so the same point has been explained in our previous. Let me explain it again. So in blue we can see that we saw that most of the data which has the tensile strength or higher, because that is the aging data, and the aging data which is in purple here, we can see that that is mostly skewed towards the lower tensile strength, while the data which has lower aging has the higher tensile strength, which can be seen here. Okay, this is the tensile strength in PSI. So we can see that this plot has shown us the aging process had an effect on the tensile strength, because the greater the age, lower the tensile strength of the polymer. Okay, this plot shows us. Similarly, in part C, we have to calculate the sample mean tensile strength of the two samples. Okay, so this is part C. Let me have here part C, and in order to find the mean of, let me have find the mean of the non-aging NA, what do we have to do? I have to add all these samples here. Okay, so I have to add 227 plus 222 plus 218 up to the last one, which is here 221, and divide it over the total number of samples we have. So here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 divided over 10. Okay, so I have previously calculated it, 2221 divided by 10, which basically give me 222.1. that is the mean tensile strength of my data. Okay, if we have a no aging process. Similarly, for the mean of the aging data, let me use this one here, and now adding all the points which are here, what would I get? This would be 219 plus 214 up to the last point, which is 205. Okay, and again dividing it over the total number of points here, and these are 10. Okay, so as I have already calculated it, and that was 2099, and dividing it over 10, what I will get? I will get 209.9, and that is the mean tensile strength for the aging data. Okay, so we have these two mean values for our data. Okay, so we have calculated it, and we can see that there is a huge difference between them. And here if we plot it by it, we can see that for the aging process, the mean for the no aging process, okay, the mean value lies almost here. Okay, it almost lie here, while the mean of the aging data basically lies almost here. Okay. So the mean tensile strength of the no aging data is higher as compared to the aging data as well. So this is also a measure of the average tensile measure, that which data has a higher tensile measure, and that can be reflected by these values. Okay, so this is the data for it. Now let me move towards my last part of this question. Okay, and what is it? We have to calculate the median for both. Okay, discuss the similarity or lack of similarity between the mean and median of each group. Okay, so in order to find the median of it, what are the steps? Okay, so in order to find the median, we know the steps, and in step 1 we have to sort our data. Okay, so in sorting them, let me have here no aging data, and the sorted no aging data here is, I have sorted it already, so it is 216, 217, 218, 218, okay, 221, okay, triple two, we have triple two, 225, 227, 228, and the last one here is 229. This is for the no aging data. For the aging data, what do we have here? We have here 201, 203, 204, 205, 204, 205, 209, 211, 214, 215, 214, 215, okay, 218 and 219. Okay, so here we have this data, and we can see that the total number of points in each data set, these are basically odd. So in finding the median of the odd data set, what do we have to do? So we can see that the total number of points here we have in both of these data sets are 10, which is basically an even number. Okay, so in order to find the median of the even numbered data set, what do we have to do? We have to take the middle two numbers, because in middle two numbers the total number of points at the right and left side will be equal. So we can see that here 221, 222 are the middle two numbers, because here we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 numbers are at the left side of it, and also 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 points are at the right side of it. So in order to find the median of it, what do we have to do? I have to take them, okay, and find the middle of them. So it will be 221 plus 222 divided by 2. Okay, so what will I get? by adding them and dividing it over 2, I will get 221.5, and that is the median value for the no aging, which is also the mean having it here. Okay. Similarly, for the same data set, we have the aging data, and here we can see that the two middle points for the 10 data points here is this one, and in order to find the median of it, again we will take these two numbers, okay, add them together and divide it over 2, and what I will get here, I will get here 210, which is the median for the aging data set. Okay, so we can see that there is these 2 points. Okay, this is the mean, while this one is the median, while we can see here that this is the mean, this is median, and we can see that these are almost similar. There is a lot of similarity in between them, and the answer of it is that discuss the similarity or lack of similarity between the mean and median of each group, and we can see that the mean and median are almost similar, which shows us the unavailability of any outlier. So that is the solution of our question, in which we have not only plotted our data previously, but in today's lecture we talked about the detailed explanation of the previously plotted data, calculated the mean tensile strength of the aging and non-aging data, and also calculated the mean for both of these data sets. So I hope it is clear now to you guys that how to calculate different quantities for the data set which we have and finding the insights into that data. So I think it's enough for today, and I will see you with some more interesting stuff in our upcoming video. Take care of yourself, and I will see you soon.